So I was at lunch with a realtor yesterday, and she asked me a question that caught me off guard, and that was, how am I talking borrowers or buyers into buying right now that might be reluctant due to the fact that they're hearing in the news what they're hearing in the news about the real estate market. And the question did catch me off guard, because normally when I talk to people, they've already made the decision to buy a house. So when it comes to really analyzing like why somebody should or shouldn't buy a house, it is an important question. And I thought about it and I came up with a little answer I just wanted to share, because I think it's important to understand that when you're buying a house and you are making an investment in your future, and when you are renting a house, you are not doing that. So when you purchase a home, regardless if the value goes up or down, you are still effectively increasing your income, because now you have interest that you're going to be able to write off. So as long as you're comfortable in that payment, you at the end of the year now have a new tax benefit where you can write off your interest and you get to increase your income effectively. But you have to talk to your tax advisor about that, because I don't advise on taxes. I'm just saying that effectively there's one reason. The second reason is that you are building equity. Regardless of what the market does, it's been shown to kind of go like this, but it always trends up. So overall, 5% a year is going to be your estimated gain. During COVID, we saw just ridiculous growth that's now kind of settled back down, and it might go down a little bit more, but it might not. It might keep going up, but effectively over time it will be much higher. So people tend to keep their homes for 5 to 7 years. New studies are actually showing longer, 10 years. So if you happen to, want to sell that home, that's when the value matters. It's not like it matters the day after, the month after, the year after. You're gonna need to keep that house for about 2 years anyway. If you can't, then you can rent it out and you can still go buy another house. You could potentially have new income. So there's really no reason that should be holding you back from purchasing a home just due to interest rate. Another funny topic that actually came up at lunch yesterday was about how car payments have become like the size of a mortgage payment. And I do find it funny that my friends in the car business are still really busy, and the payments and the interest rates are astronomical. You can get, you see these car payments on people's credit reports that are the size of a house payment. And they're just really, people aren't thinking about the long term, that interest isn't tax deductible, and that is not an overall appreciating asset. And it's just something that you get to drive around that eventually runs out of value. And you could be putting all of that money towards a home, or you could just realize, that's kind of what you could choose to put that money towards a home instead, or realize that the rates affect the house payment just like the car payment. So it's just funny how many luxury cars are out there on the streets that are literally house payments, and people are still renting. And it's just what we talked about. So I normally don't run into renters. They don't call me first. They call realtors first. So if somebody were to call and ask me, or a friend were to call and ask me, should I buy a house now? I would say, well, are you going to rent a house, or like what's your living situation? Because if you're going to be putting money into a rental, then yes, I think that you should purchase a home right now. I don't think in the future that house prices are going to be much lower in a better scenario. I think rates might go down, but by then the prices will be higher, or it'll be super duper competitive, because effectively we do still have a housing shortage. So that's my super long video, and I guess I'm going to put it onto YouTube and maybe TikTok.